So welcome back to the channel. Today we're gonna be working on this Matchbox Super Kings number 6. Officially is K-6-D. There are different models that also use the numbering number 6, K6. There are different variations. I'm gonna show you one right here. It has, you can see a plastic cover on the back, and it carries a motorcycle. And you can see that the one in the picture also has an exposed engine. The variation is the exposed engine and also the color of the motorcycle. You can see that the one I have, it's missing the motorcycle and the back window, or the part that covers the motorcycle. I am going to be pairing it with this brand new Matchbox 1976 Honda Civic. The Super King says in 1974 on the base, but according to my book and everything and all the research I've done, it was released in 1976 also. The truck is a right-hand drive. The Honda Civic is a left-hand drive, but it'll work for what I want to do. A lot of experiments on this build, so let's jump into taking it apart. All right, so like I mentioned before, here is the base, and also you can see that it says K6, K11. In the previous video, I showed you the K11, which is on standby to get a restoration or modified. I don't know yet. You can see I'm using the drill bit to remove the mushroom part of the post here. Later on, I use a flat tip screwdriver to make sure that there is no metal. And I no longer pry on bases to remove them. I use a center punch. If you pry on the bases, you're gonna end up bending them, especially if they're plastic. So here's the interior. This front grille, it's brand new. It's such a good condition. Beautiful. So here is the interior. It's yellow, right-hand drive, like I mentioned. You look at all the tools. Here's the tailgate, yellow. Window is just dirty. It'll clean up nicely. Here are the original stickers. They are paper stickers. They are thick, just like the paint. You can see Team Honda and also the wing, which is the Honda motorcycle logo. So I'm using a steel brush to rough up the paint, hoping that the paint stripper works a lot faster. And believe me, this paint is thick. So I do the same thing to the body, and I used my remaining aircraft paint remover to dip the whole thing. And it took a long time. I want to say over 30 minutes. I left it sitting on the table, and it did not completely remove the paint. I had to wash it off and re-dip it for maybe another 20 minutes for it to completely remove the paint. All right, so here it is, nice and clean. And I believe I've mentioned this in previous video. I'm using Ajax to clean the casting after the paint remover, and if I also polish the casting. This thing works beautifully. And when I say Ajax, I also mean any brand that basically the same thing. This one I got a long time ago at the dollar store, and it works perfect and a lot cheaper than any other product that you're probably getting. It's only like $1. So here I'm just gonna finish to drill out the post and tap to be able to close the Super King Team Honda truck back up. Normal procedure here. I'm using a number 50 drill bit and a 256 tap. I also use my Dremel to clean around the post. That way I could easily put back together the base. It's just something I've done for a long time. You don't want to force anything after you just painted the whole thing. Alright, so for this project I'm going to be using this Jada Toys Optimus Prime to remove the truck correct tires. And you can see that this truck does not have a dual or dually tires in the back. These are often referred to or called single wide base truck tires or super singles. Some people love them, some people hate them. I think they look cool. So it all depends on you. So you can see that the front axle is a little bit long. I'm gonna have to adjust that later on. The rear, they fit a little bit tight, but we're gonna address that problem also. But it's starting to look very nice, as you can see. It rolls, but it doesn't roll like I want it to roll. We have to do a lot here. Like you see, I'm removing this big chunk. All right, so here I'm using a sanding disc here to try to fix some of the damaged areas on the casting. This casting is a rough. Alright, so here is the front axle. You can see I cut a piece here, sanded smooth the tip. Now it fits a lot better, and it also rolls a lot better. The back still doesn't roll, and of course the front bumper needed some help also. At this point I haven't decided if I'm going to leave the base gray color or I'm going to paint it black. We'll see what happens. Yeah, but the front bumper needed help, and I put the drum adapter there, and I start cleaning the rear wheel wells for the big fatties. Had to remove a lot of metal. Then the suspension plastic piece here had some pointy tip, and I'm using the incorrect tool here. I was so tired I did not want to get up, but this part right here is touching the inside of the wheel, and it was not letting it roll properly. As you can see, I did get up. I did get these wire cutters, clean up that plastic a lot better. And I also had to clean the inside of the wheel well there of the base to give the wheels a lot more room to roll. Right, you can see that the truck rolls a lot better now. We're gonna be working now on the back where the Civic is gonna be. You can see I cut a few pieces out of polystyrene, and we have here a angle out of a brass piece there. The front of the part lands on the plastic. This is just a spacer because everything it's not level with the outside of the truck. Gorilla gel glue. Making sure that I have enough. That's another spacer. Lift the front part a little bit more and kind of levels out the back. It took me a while to come up with this idea here. At this point, I'm over 2 weeks into this project. That's the top part there. You can see it has channels cut out in the back for the metal pieces. I have a C channel, brass C channel there. Making sure that the front there is tight. That those C channels are gonna be glued in place, both to that 90-degree angle in the front, and this little piece is gonna go in the back to basically hold the Civic from rolling back. So there it is. You can see it basically holds the Civic and it doesn't let it roll back. And the best thing is that I did not have to modify any of the metal. I could just pop this right out and it's all one single piece now. How about some more sanding? All right guys, check it out. I had to create this jig to be able to hold this thing to paint it. It's a brass sheet with 3 holes, long 256 screws with nuts holding everything in place. You see there, I get and here's the tailgate, K-6-K11. So I'm gonna end this video right here. It's gonna be part 1. The next video we're gonna be talking paint and procedures. So make sure you click on the subscribe button there and make sure you check out other videos while the next part comes by. Adios.